What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I am MLB Chatterbox, aka Christian Corey. See the title in the thumbnail. In today's video, we're going to talk about, of course, a no-hitter that transpired in Chicago last night, and some Indians trade news, rumors, I should say. So let's, without further ado, let's get into it. So, if you haven't seen, you're not a baseball fan, but if you have seen it, that Lucas Giolito threw a no-hitter last night in Chicago against the Pirates. Again, it was against the Pittsburgh Pirates, the worst team in all of baseball, but again, still a no-hitter. A lot of people kind of thought, were we going to see no-hitter here in 2020? Shortened season, not a lot of opportunities. No-hitters are rare anyways. I'll get to that. But you know what? Lucas Giolito, he said no. Really, he said no to not having a no-hitter here in 2020. And he says, you know what? No, I'm going to be the guy who has a no-hitter. And he did. He no-hit the Pirates. Here is his line score. 9 innings pitched, no hits, obviously, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, however, 13 strikeouts, and that's about it. And, yeah, could have had a perfect game without, but he had that 1 walk. That's okay. No-hitter's still great. Good to see it. Again, not really a lot to talk about on this one. Lucas Giolito, threw a no-hitter against the Pirates. Worst team in all of Major League Baseball. But again, still a no-hitter. Still tough to do. Glad to see it. Glad we had a no-hitter here in 2020. And that tradition has not gone away without having at least 1 no-hitter here in an MLB season. And I'm glad we had a no-hitter in here the MLB season. A little surprised that it was from him, but still, I mean, you're surprised anyways. Now, was I surprised that we had a no-hitter here in 2020? Yes and no. I mean, of course, I didn't anticipate this to happen, last night, but I thought, there was a pretty good chance that somebody would throw a no-hitter here in 2020, and it was Lucas Giolito. I tried to look up last time MLB played a whole season without having a no-hitter. I was unsuccessful in doing that. However, I did come across this. Which team has the longest drought of having not thrown a no-hitter? I guess you could say. I guess that's the correct way to put it. And that is the Cleveland Indians. And this is from Wikipedia. It says, of all the teams that have thrown at least 1 no-hit game, however, the Cleveland Indians, as the end of 2017 MLB season, have had the longest drought. The last such game thrown by the team was Len Baker. Perfect game on May the 15th, 1981. So that was pretty interesting, that Len Baker and the Indians, the Indians have the longest drought of not having someone for their team to throw no-hitter. Now, you kind of would have thought in the 90s it could have had somebody, when they were doing all the winning in, 95, 97, you thought somebody would have thrown a no-hitter in that period of time, even in between 2000 and 10 and 16, 17, somebody in the Indians were pretty good then too. Kind of would have thought somebody would have thrown a no-hitter for the Indians. But again, the Indians are the Indians, and I'm, again, not surprised. But yeah, I am kind of glad that Lucas Giolito for the White Sox threw a no-hitter. Almost a perfect game. 1 walk. If he didn't have that 1 walk, would have been a perfect game. That would have been cool to see. 13 strikeouts, a lot of strikeouts. That's nice to see too. He was pretty efficient from the first inning on, and he proved it. And he got my dad a lot of points for his fantasy, but sadly, he's not playing for money this year because there's really no league. He's just doing it for fun. But okay, you want me to put that in there. But yeah, sorry, Dad, you get no money. Anyways, yeah, that's what I want to talk about with the no-hitter and the Lucas Giolito. That's topic number 1. Topic number 2 in today's video, involves the Cleveland Indians. And that is the possibility of them trading one of their star pitchers. 2 of their star pitchers, actually. I think they're star pitchers. And that is Mike Clevinger and Zach PLESAC. Again, if you haven't heard, Clevinger and PLESAC did get in trouble for going out on the town in Chicago a couple of weeks ago. They violated the baseball team's COVID-19 protocol, where they could not go out to a bar or out to eat or anything like that. And they violated that, and Clevinger ended up lying about doing that and was willing to throw somebody under the bus, and then came to his senses and said, no, I shouldn't be lying. I'm going to tell the truth. And he did tell the truth to the Indians. And they said, okay, we're going to, put you down in the minor leagues. And I feel like that was their punishment, I guess you could say, for Clevinger and PLESAC. They both got sent down in the minor leagues. I think they were both sent down. And, it was ridiculous. I think it was stupid what the Indians did. Now, again, Clevinger should not have lied. Him and PLESAC should not have lied. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have lied. But again, he went out on the town. They went to go have a frickin' beer probably down in some, bar in Chicago. Had a beer, came back home, and that was it. No one got sick on the team. Again, stupid of them, but still, come on. You had to send them down. I mean, seriously, they're two of your top pitchers, and you had to send them down. Are you bleeping me? You had to send them down to the minor leagues. Are you kidding? Why? I don't understand why they had to send both those guys down. And again, the Indians, they're doing pretty damn good. They're doing great. And that was a stupid move. That was a stupid move of why they did that. Why they sent them down in the minor leagues, both of them. God knows why. Again, they should not have done it. They should not have lied. But again, they're not children. They're grown men. They are grown men. They're grown men. They are grown men. They can, again, this is not high school. It's not college. This is the pros. These are men. Okay? These guys have lives. Their decisions, it was their decision. They should have done it. No, but again, sending them down to the minor leagues is like, them, the Indians doing that was like, we're going to stand our ground, That was the Indians telling PLESAC and Clevinger that, you're not bigger than the team, and watch this. Bam, we're going to send you down to the minor leagues or the alternate site. So that happened. And again, I looked at the stats of Clevinger and PLESAC. So let's take a look. Clevinger, this season, 2020. He's 1-1. How many games he played in? Only played in 3 games. 16 and a 2/3 inning pitched. 4 home runs. 15 strikeouts. 10 walks. He's not doing, great. But again, better than most. Again, he's still young. He only pitched in 3 games. So, you can't fault him for that. He only pitched 3 games. And let's look at PLESAC. PLESAC's actually doing a lot better than Clevinger. And I like PLESAC a little bit more than Clevinger. I personally do. I think PLESAC's going to be great. Again, PLESAC. Here's PLESAC stats here in 2020. Again, only pitched in 3 games. 21 innings pitched. 24 strikeouts. He has 24 Ks. That's pretty good for only pitching in 3 games. What does Clevinger have in strikeouts? Clevinger only has 15. So Zach PLESAC has 20. That's pretty good. And again, the Indians' rotation isn't what it used to be. Bauer's gone. Kluber's gone. Cookie's I like Shane Bieber. He's the only guy who's actually good. And the Indians are 1.5 games back as it stands as of now when I am filming this on a Wednesday at 3:13 p.m. They are 1.5 games back, tied for second place with the Chicago White Sox. And the White Sox are taking off. And the Indians, are doing good. But, they're kind of like, whoa, wow, you would actually make the playoffs. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring you guys right back up. Because they brought up Clevinger to make his start. And Indians are like, yeah, sure. We'll bring you up. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Bring him up if so you can help us. It's so like crap the Indians had to do this. They had to bring him down because of what he did. First of all, what they did to Clevinger and PLESAC was stupid. That was childish. Bad move on the Indians. They should have not have done it. They should have not have sent him down to the alternate site. They're the best 2 pitchers you got. You got nobody else. Nobody. You are the Cleveland frickin' Indians. You suck. You always have. You suck. I'll tell you one thing. The Indians are absolutely terrible. Why? The Indians are cheap as you know what. The Indians are just the Indians are the Tampa Bay Rays of the American League Central. That's what they are. They are the Rays of the AL Central. I mean, they never spend money. Never. They haven't won in God knows how long, since 48. They've always, they always make the playoffs, but they never, they never, make it far. They never win. They're not a winning team. They are a lightweight. They're in the lightweight division. They suck. Yankees heavyweights, Dodgers heavyweights. Now, Dodgers haven't won since 88, but still, better than the Indians, okay? Dodgers, heavyweight. Yankees, heavyweight. Red Sox, still a heavyweight because they've won. Giants, heavyweight. Cardinals, heavyweight. Indians, lightweight. They are lightweights. They have never won, and the fact that they even want to trade Clevinger and or PLESAC, because that was rumors going around. I've heard it. I've seen it on Instagram. I've heard Ken Rosenthal report about it. I've heard Mike Feinstein and all those guys, the reporters on ESPN and MLB Network, they have reported about this, that the Indians are looking to trade Clevinger and or PLESAC. Now, Clevinger is the guy who makes the headline in this story because he's a little bit, people think he's a little bit better. And, who are they going to trade him to? Who do you think they're going to trade him to? Oh, gee, I don't know. The Yankees. Why the Yankees? Well, for one, the Yankees are the only ones who are really in the market for pitching. The Rays won't do it because they're cheap. The A's won't do it because they're cheap. They won't. Twins won't do it because they won't do it. Probably a inter-division trade. So the only team you got is the Yankees. The Dodgers don't need pitching. They're fine. The Yankees need pitching because Yankees are great in the regular season. So what? They win 50-something games. Who cares? You're playing a 60-game season. You haven't won when you're the Yankees. When you make the playoffs, you always lose via your pitching. So what? You make the ALDS or the LCS. Get rid of the World Series. The Yankees want to win the World Series. They cannot do that with just Cole and Tanaka and Paxton. You can't. Paxton's and Tanaka's old. Cole cannot be the guy who's carrying the team, throughout the whole playoffs. And the playoffs are like extended this year, right? So they got a longer road to haul. So, Indians obviously are going to look at the trade for the, are going to look to trade Clevinger and or PLESAC if they, if they don't have a good week. And now if they bring Clevinger up and he sucks, and they're like, fine, you know what? This is your punishment. You sucked. You didn't win. We're going to trade your butt to the Yankees. He's probably like, great, sure, I'll go. That's what will happen. If the Indians don't have a good week, they will trade him to the Yankees. And do I think they should do this? Quick answer, no. They should not do this. Why? It's stupid of them. Because Indians, they got nobody else. Like, again, Kluber's not there. Bauer's not there. They got no pitching. They have zero pitching. They're in a weak division. They should try every single year until the White Sox get really good. The White Sox are doing good as of now, but you never know. They're still inexperienced. They could not make the playoffs. Again, this is your best chance to make the playoffs. You don't have to win the division. You don't have to make the wild card and pray to God that you win one game, whether it be at home or on the road. You can make the playoffs and get a series if you're in second place, and they can do this. But this is what could happen. The White Sox could go on some magical run. They keep winning, and they bring up Clevinger, and he sucks, and they lose a couple games for him, and that 1.5 game deficit grows to 2.5, 3 games. Okay, so you're 3 games out. Then I would trade him. Even if you are 3 games out, I personally wouldn't do it, but the Indians will because they're the Indians and they're stupid. Indy will trade Clevinger and or PLESAC. Now, if you trade Clevinger and PLESAC, I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to have to do both. They can't do one without the other. If you're really serious about it, if you're really so mad at them, let's see you trade them both. If you're really that mad that they went out on the town in Chicago one night and you want to stick it to them by trading them or sending them down to the minor leagues, I want to see you trade them both to the Yankees. I do. And if I was the Indians, I'd have to ask for a whole heck of a lot from the Yankees. And then when I looked at the Yankees roster, this is what I would do. If I was the Indians, this is what I asked for. I asked for Frazier. Why? Because we drafted him. They drafted him back in 2013 in the third round, in the first round, 5th overall pick. They did that. He was an Indian before becoming a Yankee. I would do Luke Voigt, and I would do Gio Urshela. Now, the Yankees won't do Gio Urshela because Gio Urshela is actually pretty good. They would do Andujar, but Andujar's terrible. You look at Andujar's stats, he is absolutely god-frickin' awful. Andujar, Miguel Andujar, here in 2020, oh, got 2 hits, 0.95 batting average, 136 OPS, 21 at-bats, 1 run. He's terrible. If the Yankees are going to make any sort of trade, Andujar's going to be in it, but it's not going to make anyone's value. It's not going to make a difference. If the Yankees trade Andujar, any trade, whether it's to the Indians or anybody else, this is what it's going to be like. Andujar is like when you go to McDonald's and you get the kids' meal, and you get that cheap plastic toy because they want to thank you for buying, and here's a little souvenir. That's what that is. That's a stupid souvenir you get when you go to McDonald's, a stupid toy. That's the stupid souvenir you get when you go to any amusement park that says thanks for coming, the stupid button. That's what Andujar is. He is just the stupid plastic toy you get for free. That's what Andujar is. Andujar is a cheap little toy that the Yankees will throw in any trade for anybody. Now, Indians, you have to get 3 players. You have to get 3. Give me 3 players back. If you're trading them both, you got to get 3. Even if you trade 1, you should get at least 3. Again, Ford, Frazier, and Urshela. And if you get Andujar, I ask for a pitcher. And if they want to throw Andujar in there, say, fine, we'll take Andujar off your hands, but I want cash, or I want you to pay his contract. Or another pitcher. Because, again, Yankees are the only team that's going to be in it for Clevinger and or PLESAC. Nobody else is going to be in it. Every team who's in it is cheap. Rays are cheap. A's are cheap. The Mets are cheap. The Mets are, whatever. Twins won't do it because they're in the same division. White Sox won't do it because they're in the same division. They won't do a trade with those 2 teams because they're in the same division. So, the Yankees are the only team that's really in it for Clevinger and PLESAC. And if I was the Indians, I wouldn't do it. But if you had to do it, you got to ask for a lot. You have to ask for a lot. You have to. You're stupid if you don't. You're stupid if you make the trade. You're stupid either way. You're stupid because this is the Cleveland Indians. They've sucked for the last God knows how many years. They've been terrible. They haven't won. They have not won. They are absolutely, unequivocally the most disappointing franchise in all of baseball. Now they have the longest drought in North American sports, or at least in baseball, I think, because they got beat by the Cubs in 16. So they are now the longest drought. Haven't won since '48. And the fact that they actually put down Clevinger and PLESAC in a alternative site was just, are you kidding me? And then you had the nerve to bring them up when you need them the most. If you were really mad at them, you'd keep their butts down there. You'd say, you're gonna camp it out down there for the rest of the season. We don't need you. No, we don't. But obviously they do need them. So it's like, one way, they need them really bad when they're good, but once they suck, they don't need them. So it's hypocritical. It kind of is. It's like, oh, we need you when we're good, but we don't need. It's like they're using them. They're using Clevinger and PLESAC, and if they trade them, they're stupid anyways because they have no pitching. They have nobody else. They're the Indians. They never spend money. They're not going to go out and get that top A starter somewhere. No way. If this deal goes down. The Yankees, it's a highway robbery for the Yankees. The Yankees is a steal. I mean, the Yankees could sign these guys easily if they really want them that bad. Seriously, the Yankees could sign them. That's what they're going to do. You all know it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it, that if the Indians give up Clevinger and PLESAC, that is their gasoline. They will falter. They will put the sucker in neutral, and they will coast the rest of the season. And even if they make the playoffs, they're not going anywhere. Without Clevinger and PLESAC, they got nobody. I mean, again, I'm not trying to hype them up to be the next, Sandy Koufax and, Nolan Ryan, but for the Indians, they are. As of now, they got nobody. They never spend money. And they're young. And they could do a thing where they sign them right now, and because they're cheap. Sign them now. Just like the Mariners did with their young prospect. Whatever his name was. I forgot his name. I don't remember. But all I remember is that the Mariners signed some young guy. I think it was a position player. They signed him for like a 5-year extension. He's hadn't even been in the major leagues. That's what I would do if I was the Indians. Do that. It's cheap. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to spend money. You're in an easy division. Now, if they were in the AL East or the NL West, a division like that, who's like really tough, then I'd say, all right, forget it. Then just trade them. But you're in an easy division. The White Sox have not proven themselves yet. The Twins are kind of the Twins. And then specifically this year, you can make it without having to do the one-game wild card. You can make it without having to play that stupid one-game one-and-done wild card. You don't have to do that this year. You can make it and get a series. And if they trade Clevinger, you can kiss your playoff hopes goodbye. Because it ain't going to do. I mean, if they do, they're not going to go far. They're going to get swept by the Yankees or something stupid like that. Or the Rays or something stupid. Or the Athletics. So they'll first the Athletics in Oakland and the A's will kill them. They will. I know they will. I know it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. If Clevinger and or PLESAC are shipped out to New York, they're done. Indians are done. But yeah, guys, if you liked today's video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, turn those notifications on so you know when content is coming out on this channel any day, anytime, anywhere. And as always, I'm going to catch you guys later.